Just gonna remind you before this video ends up shutting off. Look around the edges. Zoom in and look around the edges, and so you can catch the smaller imagery. These little poofs of clouds that you think are little poofs of clouds everywhere. Look at the imagery that's around them. The sun's hitting them just right. They'll become three-dimensional when the sun is hitting them right, when they have the right light on them. Same thing when I'm zoomed in over here. When I pull back, you'll be able to see the larger images, but when I'm pushed in like this, zoomed in, you can see very clearly the intent of the nanocarbon to create this imagery. You know, it's image within image within image. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to let your eyes adjust for a minute. But the images are unmistakable. This is undeniable at this point. So anybody that is going to continue to deny this is how I'm calling everybody out. This is how I'm going to be calling yourselves, Sylvie and Brother Sanchez, because I will give you a certain amount of time to start showing everybody on your channels what I'm showing you here. And obviously you'll do a much better job than I am. You have better equipment, you have teams behind you. So if it turns out that you are real people and you're not lying pieces of shit like everybody else, then that'd be great. That'd be wonderful. I'm hoping that that's the case. This camera that I'm showing you on this on right now really sucks. I can actually see when I'm zoomed in like this how blurry it gets. Let me back out a little bit. There you go. So you can zoom in and grab the imagery better for yourselves. And then when you come back out here, you know, you're going to lose a lot of it when I'm out this far. You're going to lose the deep imagery. But then you're going to have other imagery on the outside that you normally wouldn't see if you're in that deep, like some of these larger ones that these smaller images are within. And I'm just going to take you through. I'm only in the first 5 or 6 videos so far that I've done for you, and most of them have sucked so far, so I'll probably end up deleting half of those. Broken camera. This camera really sucks to be using on, but it's only going to take me about a week or so to put out this 100-part series to you and Brother Sanchez Sylvie. And I'm hoping that you'll go and look, because that's all you have to do. Just go look at this with your own eyes. Use your own judgment and you'll see it. It's unmistakable. What's going to help so that people won't call you names and pick on you and call you crazy is that, well, they will anyways, but the nanocarbon, being able to identify the nanocarbon, seeing the triangular shapes everywhere and being able to zoom in on them. And when they go behind certain heavy metals, you're going to see they're going to change to black and dark grays and whites. But yet, if they're in a transparent sky with little poofies of clouds going around them, then you can identify them in their transparent state. It's the entire system is this electromagnetic nanocarbon. Again, same thing. I mean, I could zoom in I could zoom in and start going in on more and more things and get more and more imagery. It makes for a bad ride. My phone keeps getting blurry, different shit keeps happening. So it makes for a bad video ride for anybody. But it is cool for people, for individuals to be able to do it for themselves. So when you go take your camera out, you're going to see like this image. That's all blue sky back there, by the way. That's all blue sky all in here, okay? And you see these little puffs of white and everything. They're creating this image. Look at how nice it's coming out. So the left eye of this image right here, this long one here, the left eye is very clear. The right one doesn't even have the proper heavy metals in place yet. They're not even in place. There are some heavy metals, but still the imagery still looks good. He's got cheeks, which is going to be the forehead of this other image, is the cheek of this eye. It's all part of this larger image, and then it's image within image. So just to point out a few of the images that are within this large image, where's his nose? Oh, eye, nose, and mouth open down here for this large image, okay? Then all the images, not all of them, but a few of them, I'll just point them out. Right here is one, so eye, nose, and mouth of this image in here, okay? This skull right here, eye, nose, and mouth of the skull. The nose right here is a rodent. It's another image. It's feline, canine, ape, rodent, human, and beast. So this outer one here might be a cross between ape and human, and possibly even some rodent thrown in. Same thing with this skull right here. So I'd have to zoom around and look in on them in order to identify them better. Out here, you have this other large image where the eye is not missing. Right eye and left eye, nose and mouth of this large image here. And within that image are, again, many, many other images, because here's another faint one right here where I can't see his other eye. Let's see. My cell phone's, let me move it. So over here, laying down, you're going to have an eye, the other eye missing, nose, mouth. It's not missing, it's just on the other side of his nose, and we can't see it. Right here, you got a big face coming in, eye, nose, down here joining to, looks like he's going to be kissing this other larger image, which you see a lot of those. There's a lot of kissing images, if that's what you want to call them. Let's see what else we got. So, I mean, there's a whole shitload of them. I see a whole shitload of them. I don't like pointing things out. It takes up too much time in the camera, and it makes for a bad ride. But if people are not seeing things, then I start pointing them out, and then it helps them to identify things a little better. All right, let me pull back out. Set back up. This video looks about over anyway, so I'll just finish coming through this way. I'll point out at this time that these are all research vids that are on my channel. I am going to go through and get rid of some of the crappy research vids I got. Some of them are just really junky and they're not even worth saving. This has been a 6-month journey so far for me. This isn't a learning experience. I don't have any photography experience, not per se anyway. So for me to learn how to go and grab this imagery for you to see it, took me a few months to get my talent up on as far as the cameras go. But as far as seeing it with my eyes, it only took about a week or two. Once I found the nanocarbon and saw the imagery, it only took me a week or two, and that's what I'm hoping will happen with others. I'm hoping it'll take them within a week or two to go see this for themselves, and then they'll come back and maybe have a little more faith and watch. Not faith. I don't want anybody to have faith, but to because they're just going to walk away. Anybody that comes to this is going to just walk away, and they're not going to look twice. I know from experience, it's the way it's going to go with this. So what I'm hoping is they will at least walk away, go look for themselves to prove that I'm crazy and I'm nut job, and this guy on YouTube's fucking absolutely insane. And in order to prove that to themselves, they're going to go take the camera, point it up at the sky, for 20 minutes here and there, whatever, get an hour's worth of footage or something, go back to their computer and download it, and then use their camera phone to look in on it. Exactly what I explained. The only thing you could add to that would be turning your brightness and your contrast down on your computer and on your phone to help you with contrast and adding contrast to all of it. And that's kind of my best starting hope. that people will at least start there, and then we can go from there. So hold on, let me change up video. Again, you'll see what I'm talking about with 3D imagery when you start zooming in on all this stuff, when the light's hitting clouds just right, when the heavy metal makeup that they dump into the atmosphere is just perfect. The imagery becomes more crisp, more clear. There's a lot of good imagery. Even stopping right here, there are thousands of images right in here. Don't distract yourself with the wires. That's why when I pause, I try to pause away from the wires. But if I'm making a turn, if I'm doing a left or a right turn or something, then it's not so easy to do that. I could be zooming in on these, but I'm not going to. Another time, maybe I'll come back and zoom in on them. I'm just letting them roll through the sky. But if I wanted to zoom in on these, there's all faces all in here. Image within image within image. These are what you're looking at here, the ends of the puffy little clouds. Damn, this camera sucks. The ends of the little puffy clouds. Better off going like this. Better off doing this. I'm zooming in. As soon as I zoom in with this camera, it throws it all off. Let's try this. Okay. So I'll get it back here where it was just coming in. Okay. I'm already at 20 minutes, so I'm just going to let these few roll through with this zoomed in like this. It's not actually zoomed in, I actually moved my camera forward. So it's not really zoomed in. My camera sucks. If I zoom in, I lose focus real fast. Okay, there's my 20 minutes, so I'll be right back.